ceiling stars are glowing in the sky of painted blue, but they don't show the way to find a path back home to you. Grand Central is a cathedral for the people moving on, but I'm standing by the ticket booth waiting for the dawn. The rain is leaking through the glass, or maybe it's my eyes, as the steam from track 11 starts to swallow up the sighs. It's the iron and the marble, it's the whistle in the dark, it's a love that's leaving town without a flame and without spark. In the hollow of the station, where the echoes never sleep, I am holding on to secrets that I wasn't meant to keep. Just a ghost beside the pillar, just a shadow in the rain, buying one-way tickets to the heart of all the pain. I watch the golden clock rotate, the hands are made of gold, but time is just a story that is being cruelly told. 1,000 faces pass me by, a river made of coats, leaving me to sink alone in these stormy gray-blue notes. The train is just a memory now, a red light in the rain, leaving nothing but the empty tracks and the ghost of all the pain. The iron gates are closing with a heavy, hollow sound, while the pigeons find their shelter on the damp and frozen ground. I'm just a face in transit, in a station built for dreams, that's falling now apart at all. Its ancient marble seams, the conductor's call is over, and the platform is a ghost, leaving me the one who's lost the thing she loved the most. Track 11 is empty. The meter's ticking like a heart that's lost its way, counting down the seconds of our very final day. I watch your profile in the flicker of the streetlights passing by, underneath the heavy weight of a bruised New York sky. The driver doesn't ask a thing, he's seen it all before. The way a hand lets go of hope behind a closing door. It's the rhythm of the rain, it's the shadow in the glass, watching every dream we built so slowly start to pass. In the backseat of this taxi, where the air is thick and sweet, I'm feeling every heartbeat of this cold Manhattan street. Just a whisper in the darkness, just a touch before we go, and the only kind of ending that we'll ever really know. Your shoulders brushing mine, and I can feel the hidden fire, the ghost of all the longing and the ghost of each desire. We're crossing over Broadway, but the lights have all gone dim. I'm drowning in the silence, reaching out across the rim. I wanna tell the man to stop, to turn the car around, but we're just two more shadows lost in this forbidden ground. The neon signs are bleeding in the puddles on the street, as the city's metal rhythm starts its slow and steady retreat. I'll step out on the pavement and I'll watch the taillights fade. Another ghost created in the choices that we made. The scent of your tobacco is still clinging to my hair, while I'm standing on the corner with nothing but the air. It's the shadow in the glass, watching every dream we built so slowly start to pass. In the backseat of this taxi, where the air is thick and sweet, I'm feeling every heartbeat of this cold Manhattan street. Don't look back. Don't look back. Don't look back. a necklace that I wear around my neck. Each light a little memory, each shadow a regret. I'm looking down at Central Park, so silent and so vast, wondering how a love so bright could ever be the past. The silk is cold against my skin, the gin is turning warm as I watch the clouds gather for a midnight summer storm. It's a high-rise kind of sorrow, it's a penthouse view of blue in a city built for millions, but it's empty without you. The moon is like a silver coin spent inside the dark, leaving not a single flame, not a single spark. Just the rustle of the curtains and the echo of a name in a world that's never going to be quite the same. I've got the finest view of all the stars in Rockefeller Square, but I trade them for the scent of you still lingering in the air. The record's spinning slowly, but the needle's out of place, just like the way I'm searching for the ghost of your embrace. I'm a queen without a kingdom, on a throne of glass and steel, forgetting how a touch of velvet used to really feel. The city is a clockwork that is finally wound down, leaving me the only one awake inside this town. I'll lean against the terrace and I'll watch the river flow, carrying the secrets that I used to let you know. The lights are going out now, one by one along the bay, as I let the last of us just simply drift away. It's a high-rise kind of sorrow, it's a penthouse view of blue in a city built for millions, but it's empty without you. The moon is like a silver coin spent inside the dark. Good night, New York. The skyline is a necklace that I wear around my neck. Each light a little memory, each shadow a regret. I'm looking down at Central Park, so silent and so vast, wondering how a love so bright could ever be the past. The record's spinning slowly, but the needle's out of place, just like the way I'm searching for the ghost of your embrace. It's a penthouse view of sorrow. It's a high-rise kind of blue, in a city built for millions, but it's empty without you. The silver moon is cold tonight, a coin spent in the dark, leaving not a single flame and not a single spark. I've got the finest view of all the stars in Rockefeller Square, but I'd trade them for the scent of you still lingering in the air. The silk is cold against my skin, the gin is turning warm, as I watch the clouds gather for a midnight summer storm. I'm a queen without a kingdom, on a throne of glass and steel, forgetting how a touch of velvet used to really feel. It's a penthouse view of sorrow. It's a high-rise kind of blue, in a city built for millions, but it's empty without you. The silver moon is cold tonight, a coin spent in the dark, leaving not a single flame and not a single spark. The lights are going out, one by one. Rest now, New York. I found it in the corner, underneath a broken pen, a ghost from all the always, and the tell me once again. Your handwriting is elegant, it dances on the page. A bird that's finally escaped its golden wire cage. The ink is slightly faded where the sun has touched the blue. A map of every single thing I loved about you. It's a letter to a shadow, it's a message to the wind, the story of a losing game before we could begin. No drums to mark the ending, no brass to play the part, just the sound of paper tearing and the breaking of a heart. I'll read it one last time tonight, and then I'll let it go into the embers of the fire where the coals are burning low. The words are turning into smoke and rising through the air, leaving me with nothing but the silence of the chair. There's no use for the secrets or the plans we used to make, not when every breath I'm taking is another slow mistake. It's a letter to a shadow, it's a message to the wind, the story of a losing game before we could begin. No drums to mark the ending, no brass to play the part, just the sound of paper tearing, the breaking of a heart. The last word is goodbye, and now the page is blank. The hallway smells of cedar and the ghost of your perfume, trailing like a silver thread through every empty room. I left the lights all turned away, I prefer the velvet gray, where the shadows of the furniture have nothing left to say. The stairs are creaking softly as if they're missing your weight, while the moonlight through the window is a cold and silent freight. I stood inside the library and touched a dusty spine of a book we read together when the world was yours and mine. The silence here is heavy, it's a cloak around my chest, giving me no comfort and giving me no rest. I'll lay down in the darkness and I'll listen to the wood, wishing I could change the past if only I just could. I'll leave the door unlocked tonight, it doesn't matter now. There's no one left to enter and there's no one to allow. The mirrors in the parlor are all covered up with gray, to keep the ghosts of yesterday from getting in the way. I'll walk into this silence and I'll let it take me home, until the quiet of the house has swallowed up my soul. No voices in the kitchen, no more music on the stair, just the scent of lavender still floating in the air. I'll close my eyes and try to feel your breath against my neck, but the house is just a ruin and my heart is just a wreck. I'm a tenant in a memory, I'm a stranger in this hall, watching as the darkness starts to settle on the wall. Just the walls, just the walls. The sun is climbing up the bricks of 5th and 42nd Street, but the light is just a stranger that I wasn't meant to meet. I poured a cup for 2 today, a habit hard to break, watching steam rise in the kitchen, feeling every little ache. The bed is like an ocean now, so vast and white and cold, with a story in the wrinkles that will never more be told. I see your coat is missing from the hook behind the door, and the dust is settling quietly upon the wooden floor. The radio is humming news of things I don't care for, while I'm fighting in the kitchen my own private little war. I used to love the morning light, the way it caught your hair. Now it only points to every space where you are no longer there. I'll stare into the steam until the world begins to blur, and I'll listen for the footsteps and the things that never were. The paper on the table is a month and 3 days old, just like the love we promised that has finally grown cold. I'll drink my coffee black tonight, as bitter as the day, and watch the morning sunlight steal the rest of you away. The clock is ticking on the wall, a hollow, empty sound, in a house where all our laughter has been buried in the ground. I'll wrap myself in linen and I'll try to find the heat of a memory that's fading like the noise out on the street. No more breakfasts in the parlor, no more dancing in the hall, just the shadow of a woman staring at the wall. The day is here. The day is here. The bartender is polishing a glass he's cleaned before, while the neon sign is flickering open by the door. I'm looking at the mirror, at the face I used to know, before the fire went out and left this cold and hollow glow. The whiskey's like a sunset in a glass of jagged ice, and forgetting what I've lost tonight would be a lovely price. Just shadows in a bar mirror, dancing in the light, trying to find a reason to get through another night. The saxophone is crying like a child in the street, while the world is spinning slowly underneath my tired feet. Just a smoky velvet memory of a hand upon my waist, and the gin is all that's left of how your kisses used to taste. I remember how we laughed right here on stools beside the wall, before the winter came along and made the autumn fall. Now the smoke is like a curtain, hiding everything I feel, and the velvet on the chair is the only thing that's real. One more for the memory, and one more for the road, to lighten up the heavy heart and the heavy, heavy load. goes to rest, while the sorrow in the bottle starts to settle in my chest. I'll pay the tab for memories I'd rather just forget, and walk out to the sidewalk with a single cigarette. The mirror's empty now, it doesn't show a single soul, just the broken glass reflecting that I'll never be quite whole. Last call. We had a date for April and a plan for early June to see the lights of Harlem underneath the summer moon. I still have all the tickets in a drawer beside the bed, reminders of the many things that we had never said. Now April's just a rainy ghost that's crying at the pain, and June is just a shadow in a long and lonely lane. I walked past our old cafe, but the windows were all dark. The world has lost its luster, and the fire's lost its spark. The waiter didn't recognize the woman standing there, without the man who used to pull out every velvet chair. I took a rain check on a dream that wasn't meant to be, and now the rain is all that's left for anyone to see. paper neatly, and I'll put it all away. There's no use for a future that's been traded for today. The city moves in circles, but I'm standing very still, fighting off the coldness and the midnight's heavy chill. Maybe in another life the sun will start to shine, and I'll hold your hand in Harlem, and you'll finally be mine. So let the rain come down and wash the streets of all the dust, like it's washing off the makeup and the ashes of our trust. I'm standing underneath the awning, waiting for the end. Without a lover, without a home, and without a friend. The vibraphone is shimmering like tears upon the glass, watching every hope we ever had so slowly pass. Maybe next time. The stars are getting tired, and the moon is turning pale above the city's concrete heart and every iron rail. The millions are all dreaming now of things they'll never hold, while the story of our little love is finally being told. Close your eyes, Manhattan, let the shadows be your bed. Forget the bitter secrets and the words we never said. There's a peace inside the darkness that the daylight never brings, a melody that's hidden in the way the silence sings. I'm letting go of every hope and every sharp regret, finding in the midnight what I haven't found just yet. The bridge is just a silhouette, the river is a sigh, as I sing the city's weary heart a final lullaby. Sleep now, every broken heart and every lonely soul. Let the rhythm of the evening make the shattered pieces whole. Tomorrow is a stranger that I don't yet have to meet. As the fog begins to settle on the gray and empty street, I'm fading with the music I'm dissolving in the light. Goodbye, my love, goodbye, New York, and finally, good night. No more lights inside the windows, no more noise upon the air. Just the scent of lavender still floating everywhere. The world is turning gray now as the dawn begins to break, leaving me with one last breath before I have to wake. It's a Manhattan lullaby, a whisper in the deep, where we can finally find the place where we are meant to sleep. Good night. Good night. Good night. The cables are like harp strings that the wind begins to play, a song of all the things we lost and threw so far away. The city is a blur of white, a dream that's gone to sleep, hiding all the promises we didn't mean to keep. I'm walking toward the skyline, but it's fading from my view, just like the way I'm losing every memory of you. Oh, it's snow over the harbor, and it's ice inside my soul, watching as the winter takes its heavy, silent toll. No rhythm in the shadows, no music in the light, just a long and frozen journey through the middle of the night. The water down below us is a deep and hungry black, the kind of road that leads away and never brings you back. I'll stop and lean against the steel and feel the biting cold, and wonder how a love so young could grow so gray and old. The snowflakes hit my lashes and they turn into a tear in the middle of the bridge, with nobody left to hear. through the middle of the night. White on white, everything is gone. The clock has struck its final note for 3, leaving nothing here but ghosts of you and me. Your shirt still rests where it had fallen fast, a silent relic of a love too brief to last. Manhattan's lights are crying in the rain, but I can't feel them, only this numb pain. It's the echo of a step I used to know, that haunts this quiet room since you had to go. Just a shadow of a smile upon the door, and the velvet of your kiss I feel no more. Like cigarette smoke twisting toward the light, you're gone, and everything is endless night. I close my eyes and I can feel you near, the scent of old tobacco and the edge of fear. We used to dance beneath the harbor's gleam. Now all of it is just a shattered, faded dream. The sax is weeping for a thing that's done. I am the only one beneath the setting sun. I will not plead. There's no one left to witness this last silent deed. I'll wrap myself in velvet and the gloom, and let your memory consume this lonely room. music's fading, turning into air, just like the touch I used to think was there. Just an echo, just an echo.